Hey, welcome back to Pianist Academy. This is part 4 in a series of videos about bench placement, posture, and optimal hand shape as we approach playing the piano. As you're probably familiar with, great posture, as it stems from the other things that we've talked about in this series, from the place that we sit on the bench, to the distance we are from the keyboard, to the height of the bench. But beyond that, and what we're adding to that today, is the shape and structure of our back, shoulders, neck, and head. So I like that word, structure. Think about the back having structure. The other thing that I really like to do is envision a little bit of a string coming out the top of my head and just pulling everything into alignment. And if I think about that, I get into a great and comfortable position. Many of you teachers know how to teach this position. Many of you pianists are out there already. You probably know this. And this is something that's fairly simple to replicate on your end. But what I'd like to draw your attention to specifically today is sometimes there are really wonderful students of piano that get into this position and they play an entire piece of music and their hands are going up and down the keys and they're doing everything they need to do and they never move. The body is stuck, it's rigid in this particular place and it never moves. No matter what the music does, the hands are doing everything and the body never moves. And I'd like to encourage all of us to get away from that in particular. Anytime we're using muscles to hold our body in exactly the same place over an extended period of time, we're causing tension to build up. And that's always something that we're trying to eliminate as we play the piano. Not only that, but keeping the body totally still does not help us in any way to express the music that we're trying to play, that we're trying to give to other people maybe, that other people are listening to. Maybe that's music that we're expressing for ourselves. It's not helping us in any way if our bodies are rigid. Like I mentioned in the first video in this series, the upper body should always be fluid and always be in motion. And that keeps us from getting tense, keeps us from getting rigid. So what I'd like to suggest is something that I kind of equate a little bit to like what a pendulum does as it swings. We have this position, that's our optimal posture. And maybe this is the bottom of our pendulum swing. But the pendulum can go both directions. It moves through space, right? And it always passes this point of equilibrium. So if we're here, this is our foundation or our point of balance. We can maintain this structure in the back and the neck and the head. We can maintain all of that. We can always pass through this. As we lean forward, we always pass back through the point of equilibrium. As we lean back and play, we always come forward and back through this point of equilibrium. And the same, all of the other motions we can make, we always pass through this point, this foundation, this perfect structure. We can play things right? We can play anything that we feel like, but the body can move with us. We don't want to be just stuck in one place. That doesn't do us any good, but instead we can feel like we can move, maintaining the structure. Right? So I'd like to encourage all of you, if you're playing and you find yourself stuck in this one position, remember that we can maintain the structure, but we can still move around and we can pivot and we can use the hips like we talk about in the first video in this series. The body should be in motion. It's fluid, just like our music is fluid. Just like each phrase that we create has an ebb and a flow, the body can have that too. And in order to create the most musical ebb and flow, we need to be feeling that within ourselves. Now, I love listening to the pianists, the great pianists of yesterday, like Horowitz and Rubinstein. I love listening to their playing. They're not always the most perfect examples of great posture. But if you look at most all of the concert pianists today that are touring, all of them have this very perfect posture that they move in and out of as they express their music. So you can look up plenty of pictures of concert pianists today and see this in action. So that's all for today. This is a much easier topic to cover than some of the other things. I hope you found these ideas helpful and insightful. If you like this video, leave a comment below. Please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel and ding that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. As always, remember, practice smarter, not harder. And I'll see you next time you visit Pianist Academy.